whether or not the fact that they backed down from the cloud computing, whether or not backing down from the whole DRM thing, because you got to admit the whole online computing thing that they were pushing was really progressive. It really was. So, I mean, a lot of people are saying, like, well, they were trying something daring, and people were, it's different. People were afraid of things that were different. They slammed it, and you made them back down. And now we're just having the same console generation over again. I hope you're happy. And so they're probably right. They're probably right. The thing is, it doesn't matter, because it wasn't about that. The PR department didn't make the debate about that. They didn't say anything about that. All they did was, the only thing people saw was a PR department and their completely shitty attitude. They didn't do anything to get people excited about it. They just talked about all the things that restricted us and not about all the things that it could do, so unenthusiastic attitude. Anyway, you got me started on that. Anyway, Lord British, I know I gave you an answer that wasn't really an answer. I'm sorry. Actually, I should be getting an email from him very soon, but so I probably will be scheduling it with him pretty soon. Don't know. As for when it'll take place, I can probably tell you when it will take place. When it will be released, I'm not sure I'll be at liberty to tell you when it'll be released, because that might be under like an NDA. But as soon as I know, and I can tell you, you will know. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are excited, because I'm really fucking excited too. I really hope I get as much access as possible to the guy, but I don't want to bother the guy. And again, you gotta remember, this guy's time is insanely valuable. This dude is worth millions. You know what I mean? I'm not nervous. Actually, no, I'm not nervous. You just gotta realize, this dude, I don't even have any concept of how much this guy's worth. I really don't know how much this guy is worth in terms of, like, liquid assets and total, like, dollar value and everything he owns. But like, the dude, I remember hearing some dollar value a long time ago of how much, like, you could privately charter a trip into space to kind of hang out in the International Space Station. And it was millions of dollars. And he paid for a trip to the International Space Station. And I'm like, that was essentially just like a vanity trip. That was a vacation for him. And his father was an astronaut, so it wasn't completely like a vanity trip, but he was like, he's doing it because his father did it, but like, still, he just kind of wrote a check and he did it, It was out of pocket. And I'm like, so you gotta remember, this dude, he has a bank account and he could write a check for this shit. Yeah, he did it for advertising for his MMO. And so the fact that this guy is willing to, like, take any amount of time to talk to this, let's be honest, he talked to this dickhead on the internet who essentially slammed several of his games. The fact that he's not suing my ass is it's pretty remarkable, So, no, I'm not nervous. Just, I'm trying to keep that in perspective. So that's why I'm being very conscious and letting him choose the terms of this one. I'm not gonna be a pest on this one. Because as easily as he's offered this opportunity, he could probably yank it away. Even though it's been on the Kickstarter, he could probably be like, yeah, no, fuck you. And like, He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. I'm just saying, like, yeah, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy one would lightly piss off. Actually, the next review is going to be another board game review. I'm going to do the WrestleMania thing. Well, if I am assuming the WrestleMania thing is going to win, because I think it's ahead by like 1,500 votes. I don't think he's an asshole. He seemed pretty. He seemed like a good guy so far. Um, yeah, Mayor Oreo. I'm pretty sure it's gonna win. I haven't checked the votes lately, but unless there's some kind of huge runaway by Star Wars or Star Trek, that's honestly, the Rich Little video is not that bad. It's a fun game. It's nothing like it's not like a painfully bad video, but it's a genuinely fun game. Like if you like charades, it's a good game of charades. I think though, I don't mean to spoil the review because I haven't seen it. I just copied the tape, but I think you probably heard this yesterday when I was talking, but I think some of you who voted for WrestleMania may have voted for it thinking it's a game that it's not. I think some of you are expecting that game to be like Nightmare, as in like I think some of you are expecting me to put that tape in and expecting like Hulk Hogan to appear on the screen and like yell at the player and be like, "Let me tell you something, player one. What you gonna do when you roll the dice and you roll a 6 and Hulkamania?" Like doing his shtick right in the camera, and then like Ultimate Warrior like yelling at player 2, and then I don't know, like $1 Million Man like throwing you into jail. Like, "Stop! You're gonna go in a cage match, dude." Like I haven't seen the game. I've just taken the tape out of there, and I haven't watched the tape. I'm going to watch the tape probably today. However, I really don't think that's the way it's going to be. I get the feeling that I think that tape, all it's going to be is it's just going to be like old WrestleMania highlights. I think the game is just like a WWF trivia game with a tape of WrestleMania highlights. So I think a lot of people voted for that one expecting. I think they were expecting Hulk Hogan like yelling at the player, and I really don't think you're going to get that. I could be wrong. But there's quite a few VHS games that I didn't buy because they are exactly like that. There's like football. I think there's a couple of football games that are essentially just football highlight reels. I think it's just like football trivia with football clips, and that's it. There's one that involves like horse racing, and I haven't seen that one, but I looked it up. It's just clips of horse racing. There's one that I think is golf, and I swear to God, I think it's just clips of people golfing. Whatever. It really sounded boring, so I didn't pick it up. But yeah, I think WrestleMania is going to be that one, and so that's why I couldn't believe that so many people voted for it. it's the only reason I could think in my head is because I think people thought that it's a completely different game. I don't know. I'm actually curious to ask. I'm curious to ask people why they voted for it. I don't know if it's the reason I think it is, or what. Or if they're just curious to. Maybe they're just curious to see what it's like. Or it could be. It could be they just want to see me dress like wrestlers again. I mean, that's fine. I'll do it. I mean, seriously, like, how often do I ever get to do that? You did it because you want to see me dress up as wrestlers? There can't have been that many fans of Wrestle Wrestle. Because when I did Wrestle, I kept hearing on my Twitter, they're like, stop do. I heard all the time, they're like, stop doing Wrestle updates. We're not all wrestling fans, you know. I got so many posts about that. There's like, I don't know. And the views, I actually started a separate blip channel for the Wrestle things. And the views were like, seriously, like 10% of the views I got of normal channels. So I was like, it's not that popular. So I just cut it. And really, here's a big reason. A major reason I stopped doing it is because that wrestling is not that bad anymore. TNA is actually, like, all things considered, fine. It's pretty good. WWE to me it's fine. I've considered WWE programming to be, by and large, for years now, basically about 10 years, really, really boring. They've had good matches. Like, there's been good moments here and there, but I've pretty much found that everyone kind of wrestles the same match in the WWE, and they've done it for years, and that's by design. You know, that's what they're told to do. They wrestle a WWE match. They have to wrestle the same match because everyone that's what the kids want to see, is they want to see them hit the same moves, because if they don't hit the moves, they don't know what's going on. They always have to win with their move. They can't win with anything else. You know, everyone has to win an equal number of times because nobody can win clean. You know, I find it really boring. But other than that, it's fine. It does its job. You know, WWE basically isn't made for me. You know, it's made for kids. It's made for family entertainment. It's kind of passed me by. But I made Wrestle largely to bitch about TNA. And TNA is really pretty good. It's a damn sight better than it was. Oh my god. It's fucking genius compared to what it was. Now that Vince Russo's gone, seriously, actually, I think it was right after Vince Russo left, I was like, you know what? Show's over. I think if I folded, I think I folded Wrestle almost immediately after Vince Russo left the show. So I just don't see any point in the show anymore, because I mean, I could bitch about wrestling, but it wouldn't be nearly as funny. You know, you'd just be, yeah. because you know, TNA, when Vince Russo was doing shit with like the electrified cage, the barbed wire Christmas tree, Samoa Joe getting kidnapped by ninjas. Oh fuck, what else? Lacey Von Erich trying to wrestle. Just, oh my god, the memories. Although very recently they did do Abyss torturing people. Oh yeah, Abyss torturing people with was it a knife? Oh, branding iron. No, he was branding people. He was branding stage crew with the branding iron. Yeah. Pretty sure that would result in arrests. Abyss turning into a Hulk Lantern. Yes, Abyss. Hulk Hogan gave Abyss his WWE Hall of Fame ring, which legitimately gave Abyss magic Hulk Lantern powers. And I'm not exaggerating, he actually gained superpowers. Although I think that was after Russo. There was still stupid shit that happened after Russo, but it wasn't that. That was with Russo? Okay. Oh god, Christian Cage winning the world's heavyweight title twice, but Christian Cage won the world heavyweight title twice, but was undefeated when he won it the second time. So he somehow lost the belt and won it twice, won it a second time, but he was still undefeated when he won it the second time. Figure that one out. Yeah. One of my favorites is the Feast or Fired match. Feast or Fired is this is a Vince Russo classic. Feast or Fired is there are 4 briefcases on poles. Vince Russo's big on things on poles. So there's 4 briefcases on poles, and there's a contract in each of the briefcases, and in 3 of them there's in one there's a contract for in 3 of them there's a contract for every title in the company. So there's a contract for the TV title, one for the tag team championships, and one for the heavyweight title. And in the last one, you get fired. But you don't know, they're all the same, they all look the same, so you don't know which one you get. So if you're in the match, I think there's like 6 people in the match, and so the whole point is you get a case, and then you get a case, and then you open your case and you find out what you got. So somebody in the match gets fired. So you may ask, well, why the fuck would I want to be in that match? I could get fired. Exactly. It's a stupid idea. Oh, the reverse battle royal. Oh my god, the reverse battle royal was a stupid fucking idea. Did you ever see the reverse battle royal? You got to see that shit. I wonder if it's on YouTube. The reverse battle royal was, oh my god. the The concept was everyone had to get into the ring. So you had to stop everyone from getting into the ring. Oh, yeah, you can't post a link. I'm sorry. You can find it. Just search for it. And then I forget what happens. Like, it's like there, you try to stop them all from getting into the ring, and then there's like somehow there afterwards there's a match. Like, there's a normal match after that. King of the Mountain was really, really fucking convoluted. It was too complex. Nobody could follow it. When it was live, nobody could fucking follow it. Because it was like, it was a ladder match, but to climb the ladder and grab the belt, you had to pin somebody. So, like, nobody could fucking follow it. Russo did the electrified cage, which was right out of WCW. When WCW was like rock fucking bottom. Electrified. That was the Dudleys versus LAX. The electrified cage. Oh yeah, King of the Mountain. Yeah, you had to hang the belt up. Yeah, you had to pin somebody, and then you had to hang the belt up using the ladder. Vince Russo was big on the reverse thing for a while. Right. I remember. You remember the one where it was a women's match where it was a Tara. Tara was the women's champion, and she won the match and lost her title because it was there were like four. It was a feast or fired match essentially, but it, like, in each of the boxes there was like a prize. So in one of the boxes was like a world title. Sorry, in one of the boxes was the women's title. In another one there was her